Hi, I'm Bill Corcoran Jr., and I'm your host for the On the Stacks podcast. Today, I'm chatting with Dr. Loren Grossman and Dr. Steve Hippeli. What's up, podcast, episode 27. Welcome to the On the Stacks podcast, Dr. Grossman and Dr. Hippeli. How are you guys?
Great. How are you?
Really good. So, we brought the champagne.
We did. We're celebrating, Bill.
Champagne, beer.
Yes.
So
That's the reason I showed up.
Yeah. I mean, you had no idea this was going to be a booze fest, did you?
No, I didn't. But
Are you okay?
know what?
You okay
I'm
with
going
that?
to be wanting to come back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we have a couple things to celebrate, and we'll talk about those things in a few minutes. But Dr. Grossman, why don't we start with you? And tell me a little bit about your background, how you got started in dentistry, kind of take me back to the beginning, and how you started the practice.
Yep. Went to University of Pittsburgh, where I see there's only Penn State decals on the table.
Yeah, do you
and
know,
I'm a little disappointed in that.
Well, do you know?
Oh, here we go.
Do you know the commonality between Pitt students and Penn State students?
If you get down and dirty with me, I'm going to go after you. Go ahead.
The answer is they both applied to Penn State.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts. But anyway, moving right
Yeah.
along. You got me on that.
Yeah.
I was in college. My parents were, my dad worked in a furniture store. And he grew up in Plains, right down the street here, River Street. And one of 10 kids. Some of them worked in the mines. And my grandfather, I think, had what they called a beer garden at that time on River Street in Plains in the 1920s. And, they pushed education. They were, immigrants, and they pushed education to the point where all his 10, 8 brothers, 9 brothers, and 2 sisters made sure that their children, so my grandfather's grandchildren, were successful in some form or manner. And he made sure that my dad pushed education. We all went to college, and he was so proud that he got a degree from University of Scranton. And I remember growing up in the 70s and him writing out that check to University of Scranton because it was a Jesuit university, and of course he was Jewish, and they allowed Jews in which a lot of colleges at that time did discriminate. There was quotas, and University of Scranton welcomed him, and he wrote a check, and I may get choked up, for $25 every year to University of Scranton. And the guy probably made maybe $25,000 in his every year. Mm-hmm. Sent 4 kids to dental and med school, and I was the last. And so I don't know why I diverged, but that's where I started, and that's where I came on to being a dentist.
So what year did you start the practice?
Well, I moved back to the area in 1984, joined my brother Richard, great guy. He's a dentist in Kingston also. And I decided to move on, and I opened my practice in 1988 on Pyrrhus, and just was lucky. A building became available, and started there, and I knew I wanted to strive for something bigger, and I did. I was a solo practitioner all those years, till Steve came, and he came down, and he came every weekend a couple of years ago.
I was going to say, how did you two even meet? I don't know if I know this.
Go ahead, Steve.
It's kind of interesting. I mean, real quick about my background. I'm also local. I'm from Mountaintop. Went to King's College from undergrad. Did King's College in 3 years. I knew exactly kind of what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to go to dental school, and I wanted to get there as fast as possible. So for me, King's was very good for that. They let me go through the summer, take courses online, do everything like that. So I was able to graduate King's in 3 years. Ended up at the University of Pittsburgh as well. Actually followed my fiance, now wife, there. So that was a good move on my part. Was in Pittsburgh for 4 years, and then we decided to move back here. It was about the winter of my 3rd year. I was still kind of back and forth on what exactly I wanted to do with dentistry, whether it was stay in Pittsburgh or move back here, or possibly move on to something a little bigger, like a residency. Dr. Grossman was actually my wife's dentist, as well as my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law's dentist. So we had my sister-in-law in the chair asking, how's Lindsay, my wife? And she said, oh, she's in Pittsburgh and she's engaged to a dental student. So Dr. Grossman says, wow, well, you should have him reach out to me. I'd love to meet him.
I think I Met your father-in-law.
And he met my father-in-law. So I had a lot of personal references as well. I cold called him out of the blue one day while I was at school, and
just
he
said, like, hey, are you...
Yeah, I said, hey, he was very interested in me. He asked me a bunch of questions on the phone. He said, hey, if you're around, come over to the office. And it was right around Christmas break, so I came down. And
What year was this?
This was
2016?
No, this was winter 16.
Yeah,
winter 16. Yeah. So I was a third year. So we hit it off, and I kept coming back not every week, about one weekend a month, and shadowing him in the office.
He came almost every weekend.
Yeah.
Came to the office in the morning and never left. And I never had a partner. I never had an associate. And I thought that
Steve is spilling. Steve is
oh my
spilling
God,
the
he showed not only initiative, he showed interest. He showed dedication to me. He showed character. And I'll tell you, after a year of him coming we got to really know each other. That's the way.
So he kind of just shadowed you for a year?
Shadowed me. He was like I always call him a sponge. Bright guy. And let me tell you about Steve.
Go ahead.
Got into 7 dental schools after 3 years.
And he unfortunately chose Pitt.
Well,
Let me say this.
I went to Temple, so I am a little...
Pittsburgh is a wonderful, beautiful city. I really miss it, and I'm glad I was there for 4 years. It was really a wonderful city to be in.
And so then we thought, at the end of one day, he was looking at me, and I looked at him, and we both had the idea, this could work.
So you were looking to bring on an associate, or no?
It's funny. I was and I wasn't. So
you were just kind of
helping. Practitioner. I was controlling it. I'm a big control freak in my office. Steve will tell you that. But I want it to be right. I want our dentistry to be really nice. And he brought not only some sort of dedication and integrity. He also brought ideas. And let me tell you, we are doing things at this office. I did a lot of cosmetic work throughout 36 years, restoring veneers, restoring implants, but he's actually placing implants. He's actually doing some orthodontics. We're doing stuff, and it's all digital. And let me tell you, we're on to the next level. And I'm glad he joined me. And in the next few years, he's actually going to take over my practice at one point. Of course, I'm going to work till my 90s, but he doesn't know that yet. But he's the guy. I won't tell him. I mean, we have growing pains. We renovated our office. I'm still investing in my office, which a lot of dentists, after they reach a certain point, that's a mistake. They don't invest in themselves and their offices. We invest in our people. We invest in our office, decor, aesthetics. We invest in Steve and people. And that's really what it's about. So
yeah, and kind of turn it back to Steve here now. So Steve, you recently won the top 40 under 40 for best dentists in America by the Incisal Edge Magazine. Mm-hmm. You want to share a little bit about that?
The 40 Under 40 award, just to give people a little background, is sponsored by Benco Dental, which their headquarters is up in Pittston, which is a really great thing to have here. Basically, it honors nationwide the top 40 dentists under the age of 40. So what's unique about me winning the award, first of all, I'm one of the first people locally to win it.
In Northeast PA.
Yes, it's been going on. It's actually the 10th anniversary of the award this year. I'm one of the first people locally to win it. I'm pretty sure one of the youngest people to win it.
I was going to say, what are you, 26 or 27?
Looking back at the past award winners, it's kind of funny. They call it 40 under 40, but most of them are 39 and a half.
It's the first 20-year-old I know who won it.
So I'm probably one of the youngest, if not the youngest one to win, personally.
I nominated him because I thought he deserved it. Well, let me tell you, I thought, oh my God, this kid's 26, 27, and he's doing all these things, surgically placing implants. He's doing extractions that are beyond what I would normally do myself, and I would have referred him. He's doing that. And he's doing, he's building up sockets to place implants, and he's doing a great job.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
So, I know a little bit about it, but Steve, do you know the criteria that they vote on to pick the winners?
there's a couple different things they can vote on. It's actually judged by a couple of independent dentists out of New York. So it's not judged by some corporate, you don't have to do business with Benco or anything like that. But basically what they're looking at is basically a pioneer in your field. So for me personally, I think the big thing they saw was that I joined an office, Dr. Grossman's office, and I really made it my mission to implement a lot of the digital technology. For me, with implant placement, the entire thing is digitally run. So in our office, we have a couple different pieces of technology. We have a cone beam CT scanner. So what that is it basically produces a 3D image of your jawbone, okay? That basically allows me to plan implants start to finish from that. I'm also able to take a 3D model of the jaw. We do all of that along with 3D printing, digital guides, everything like that. So with implant placement from start to finish, not a single impression is made. Okay, so that's a huge thing. Obviously, other things, we're going to be going digital with our charting, computer systems. So yeah, it's a big honor. It really is.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
And so, do you think it's the technology and the different things that you brought to Dr. Grossman's practice? Do you think that that's what really kind of set you apart from all the other dentists, the young dentists in this area?
Well, I think not so much that. I mean, we have a lot of great dentists in the area. There's no doubt. Obviously, I'm one of the younger of the bunch. There's a lot of older dentists in this area that have been here a long time. I think this area, it's a little difficult to attract certain people. You kind of have to be from this area. And I think that's why we're so successful as well, is because patients, especially people around this area, they want to be treated by someone that they know. And they want to make sure that it's not some transplant or something like that that's here for a job. We're local, we support the community, and we are a part of the community. And I
we
think
invest in
people
our
love
own
that.
community, and
Yeah.
that's should
Right.
be our focus. We treat people like their family when they come in. We, I always tell Steve, we call our patients at night. We make sure that they had a good experience. It's a long time. I've been doing it a long time. You have to put in the time. You have to treat people right. It's very simple. It's not a complicated thing to grow your practice and make it so successful. People are people. Mm-hmm. We're all in a business of dealing with people.
I think a lot of dentists forget that they're talking to a human being, and that's important.
Yeah.
And, financially, we try to work things out. We're not, if someone is in need, we treat them. I know Steve and I, we volunteers in medicine. Maybe not as much as we should, but we do go. And I always tell Steve, if someone can't afford something, we'll work it out. Mm-hmm. And that's how our philosophy is. So, in a nutshell, we're, we know, 2 years later, it's more than 2 years, we know this is going to work out. And Steve and I, we're taking it to the next level. I always had we did digital x-rays, so we're plugged in. And when he brought more of his expertise to the table, we're doing all this other stuff that's just awesome.
So what advice, Dr. Grossman, could you give Steve to help him have the continued success?
Every day I get advice.
Every day he gets advice. He gets
Every day I get advice.
Hey, listen, we're always giving each other constructive ideas and constructive criticism. Like, how could we do things better? How do we do this? How do we do it? And Steve brings that digital area. He lets me know I want him to be in charge of our Facebook, our Instagram, and stuff like that. But simple. Call your patients. Make sure everybody's okay. Treat everybody like they're your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, and honesty. Mm-hmm. If you can't do something, we refer. And by the way, we have wonderful specialists in this area too. Wonderful. And you don't have to. It's not like medicine. You don't need to go to Philadelphia, New York to get really great dentistry. Come to Northeast PA. Come to Steve or myself, and.
Yeah, that's true. People think they go to New York, they're getting, the best crown or something like that. And it's not
medicine
true.
may be something different, but
right.
Dentistry here, we're doing things that, some of the big city guys aren't doing. So
right.
we're
and as far as your technology, I remember a while back, I think I may have seen something on Facebook, and Steve, you may have already mentioned it, but isn't there like one or two pieces of equipment that you guys are kind of one of the only ones in the area to have?
So, yeah, we're one of the only general dentist offices in the area to have a cone beam CT scanner. A lot of specialist offices have that. With that, besides being able to do implant planning, you can use it to visualize nerves. You can check for joint damage. You can check for different pathology. You can actually check for different kinds of cancer. So it's really an all-inclusive machine that we have in the office. We're lucky that we were able to invest in that. And I mean, it's
made us better dentists.
Not a day goes by that I don't take a scan on a patient for some reason and I don't see something else on that scan. I mean, it's really revolutionary.
So what was when we were on the stacks before we started, you brought this machine and you put this thing on my mouth and my teeth showed up on the screen. And,
so that's actually an intraoral scanner. So what that's done for me is it's replaced your traditional impressions. So a lot of people remember if they went to their orthodontist or their dentist and they had that goo placed in their mouth and it was going down their throat and they couldn't breathe. That's all of it. That's all a thing of the past now.
Okay.
What we're actually able to do is anytime we need to take an impression, what I can do is I actually just wave that wand over the tooth. It takes about 2,000 images a second. It actually reconstructs based on what images we take. From there, we can 3D print any model of your teeth we need. I can make crowns off of that, bridges. I do all my implant planning on that. I can make mouth guards. I make dentures off of that. So it's pretty much replaced.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's really a revolutionary piece of equipment. It really is. Multiple times a day I'm using that. It's constantly going between rooms in my office. So
you just wheel it around. And
it's on wheels, which is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not attached to the wall.
You know, I mean, I've been doing this a long time, 36 years. I plan to keep on going. We're still working full time.
For at least another 30 years, right?
Well, 30. But, Steve, you know, I wanted to invest in my office. I was always investing in my office, always adding more rooms, remodeling. And now we've taken over more of the building.
Which, we didn't mention that yet.
You know, we're actually putting 3 more rooms in. So we're probably also going to add a third dentist at one point. But, you know, Steve and I will decide when and how and implement that. And I think it would be a great idea. And as Steve gets another...
Steve is getting a beer from
getting
the
a
fridge.
beer. I want everybody to know that. We are celebrating. We're celebrating the fact that we're, you know, we're in a pandemic. Let me tell you.
Yeah, let's talk.
Let's tell you what I did.
Yeah, tell us what happened.
You know, when they closed dental offices except for emergencies, bleeding and swelling, I was there, and let me tell you how dedicated my staff was. They showed up, the assistants, hygienists, of course, couldn't. We didn't allow hygiene, but we were there every day if someone had a problem, and a lot of dentists closed. We did not. We stayed for anybody at an emergency. Mm-hmm. Of course, I don't think I did one filling in 3 months or 2 months, but what we were there for is to get people out of pain, taking out teeth, what we call incise and drain, making sure that if they had an infection and swelling, Steve and I showed up and made sure they were out of pain.
I mean, every day we were there, we actually saw patients from as far away as New York City because they could not get in to see a dentist, and these people were in pain. Some dentists were still open for their patients, but a lot of these people, you could tell, hadn't been to the dentist in a long time. That didn't make their dental pain any less important to us. So we welcome people from as far away as New York, Poconos, central Pennsylvania to be able to help them. So we're very proud of that.
Yeah. You know, listen, my daughter was in a residency in New York City at Bellevue Hospital. She saw thousands of COVID. And she said, Dad, stay open. Let we need people out of the ERs. Make sure that, they don't come to the ER in your area, and make sure you take care of them in pain. So we were writing a lot of antibiotics, prescriptions, but we were seeing them and taking out teeth and pretty much referring them out to the specialist. And there was a couple specialists.
So you guys saw a ton of emergencies.
Yes.
And
2 months straight.
Probably got a bunch of new patients. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, sure, but that wasn't,
that wasn't the point.
Yeah, that wasn't the point.
The
It was just you stayed open and
making sure we were available, and we also donated a lot of PPE.
Yeah. So I was going to mention that too. We were lucky that, we've been able to have a nice stock of masks, gowns, gloves, different things like that. So once this all started, besides being able to stay open because we had the necessary PPE to see patients properly, we were actually able to donate. We were able to donate to local hospitals. We donated to Luzerne County. Yep, we had Luzerne County come through and get face masks and shields.
My daughter in New York.
Yeah.
They were, April, March, they were struggling in New York. And now their transmission rate is very low. She doesn't see she sees very few COVID.
Right. We have a great relationship with our dental suppliers. Benko Dental in particular.
Yeah.
So we were able to acquire everything we needed to be able to see patients effectively.
That's great.
Benko has been, our main supplier.
Right.
They've done a hell of a job.
That's good. So what about so you guys opened back up. I'm not sure how much long ago, but you guys are renovating. So you guys are adding what three new rooms.
Yes.
You're hiring maybe a couple more hygienists.
Well, we really aren't looking at more hygienists right now, but maybe another dentist, another assistant.
Yeah.
Steve and I make sure we the demographics have changed in our area. We're seeing a lot of Hispanic people of diverse cultures, and Steve may make fun of me, but I try to use some Spanglish. My Spanish isn't great, but I do try to speak Spanish to some of our Hispanic population, and let me tell you, it's important.
It makes it work.
It makes it work. People love when you they could relate to you. I know some Russian. Mostly open, close, and are you in pain?
I was actually a Spanish major at King's.
I was going to say, Steve, what about you?
Yes,
don't you know a little bit of Spanish?
Well, when I went to Pittsburgh, no one there really speaks a lot of Spanish, so some of it got lost. But, every single day we have someone who comes in. They don't speak English very well, and we're able to communicate with them. So
Polish, little Spanish, Russian. Steve, of course, makes fun of me because it's not very good, but, it helps. And
he's a sweetheart.
And a little Hebrew, too. A little Arabic. We have some people from King's, Steve's alma mater, coming in. Wilkes.
Yeah, we have a lot of
that come
international.
to see us that from the Middle East. And, we try to be, we try to make people feel comfortable.
Yeah.
In whatever way we can.
We have a good relationship with a lot of urgent cares around here, so they know that if it's a Saturday morning and there's a patient in pain, they can call us. We bring them right over. Yep. We're open most Saturdays. We're open late on Mondays and Tuesdays. So we try to make ourselves available to patients.
Yep.
If you call our office, you never have to wait. We always get you in the same day, no matter what.
If we have to come in early or stay late, that's the key to success.
So, Steve, can you tell me a success story about maybe an emergency or anyone that you saw that you were really able to help them out?
Yeah. So it was actually Valentine's Day last
Obviously,
year.
no names here because we don't
No,
want to break
of course,
any
I was playing tennis.
HIPAA laws. But
So very important Valentine's Day. Dr. Grossman was playing tennis. I was going to dinner with my wife and my dad.
I ruined that.
Yeah. So I was about to leave my house and I'm getting calls from the office. There was actually a wrestler at Wilkes who ended up getting in an accident. He was practicing. They were practicing without their mouth guards, which, wasn't a match, whatever. But he took a knee to the face. So the knee to the face knocked out 3 of his front teeth and it pushed back one of his other front teeth. So he came in, obviously, in a lot of distress, as anyone would be. We were able to get him comfortable. We were able to actually place the teeth back into his jaw. Okay, he broke his upper jawbone.
Reimplant him.
Yep. We were able to actually fixate his upper jawbone. Dr. Grossman actually had come in as well to help me on it.
Of course, after tennis.
Right. Well,
but he was there.
I may be smart, but Dr. Grossman has 35 years of experience under his belt. So if there's something I'm unsure about, at the end of the day, this man has seen it, no matter what. So we worked on him together. We got his teeth kind of fixed back into place. We actually bonded them all together. We ended up doing root canals on the teeth, full crowns, and I'm happy to say he still has those teeth today.
Oh, he looks better than ever.
He still has those teeth today. He goes on dates with girls. I have no idea.
I did a hospital residency, and I used to see this stuff all the time. But let me tell you, when Steve came in, he did an unbelievable job on this case. Not only are they straight, they're beautiful. Root canals were done, teeth were splinted, and I got to tell you, that's when I knew I had the right guy.
Yeah, and in situations like this, with something like that, as bad as it was, isn't like the probability of being able to reconstruct, and I don't know a whole lot about dentistry, so please bear with me here, but isn't it very difficult for him to keep those teeth and for it to be successful? Right. I mean, what are the odds of this
because
success?
He was young, his body was able to accept them a little bit easier, I think, so that's a big thing. In general, I mean, he kind of had the cards stacked against him from a couple different factors. He didn't have a whole lot of bone around those teeth to begin with, but because he was young, his body was able to kind of heal itself, I guess you could say. A simple analogy: you take a punch to the arm, okay? You get a bruise. Some people, a bruise heals easier than others. It's the same concept. That's all.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, that was quite an emergency. And,
we have We have a good relationship with some of the schools too. We see a lot of accidents. Ironically, the wrestler that actually kneed him in the face came to me as well because he broke a tooth. So yeah. So he's like, you worked on that freshman. I said, yeah. He's like, yeah, I'm the guy that kneed him in the face. I'm like, oh, good.
Comes full circle.
You ruined my Valentine's Day. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, no, it's great. It's great that you're able to help him out. That's really cool. So, I got one other thing. Like, why does everyone always say I hate the dentist? Like, what is that all about? I don't hate the dentist. You guys are all right, guys.
I think number one,
well, Bill, you've got
dentistry.
nice teeth.
Dentistry in the 50s, 60s. People were, they go there. They didn't use have any the anesthetics that they employ today, and it was a painful experience.
But not anymore.
Well, every single day, a patient will come into me, usually an older patient, and they'll say, my dentist used to work on me without Novocaine. I say, well, that sounds terrible. And then they come in and they say, well, when this dentist took this other tooth out on me, they put their knee on my chest. I said, well, I don't believe you, but that sounds terrible. So I think a lot has changed in a lot of years. I think, especially with the, I guess you could say baby boomer generation, there wasn't such fluoridation in the water. They, in general, had a lot more dental work when they were younger. And it was a bit more of a traumatic experience back then. Nowadays, it's more patient-centered. We want the patient to be comfortable. That's the most important thing to us. So a lot has changed.
And it enabled us to go full blown into cosmetics, and people want to change the way they look, they feel. It's anything. Nowadays we all want to look good and live a long time.
Speaking of looking good, who's the better dresser?
I don't know. It depends.
Maybe we shouldn't talk about that.
We don't want to get in a fist fight.
But Steve knows a lot
Let
about
me say this.
wine and beer and
I've taken
whiskey.
my styling cues from him. So I may have surpassed him now, but in the beginning I got all my styling cues.
I wear fancy watches, but that's about it.
I think my shoes are a little nicer than his.
I don't think so.
A little competition here.
Threw down the
Depends.
gauntlet.
I like this.
There's
Dr. Grossman can color coordinate better than me. I'll give him that.
No,
He does.
I you know what?
We
I
compliment
don't know
each
why
other.
my dad
How about
always
that?
had these big wide ties, and he
I think you're
not
known-
only did he use stress education, he said, "Hey, you got to look good too."
Yeah.
So
I think you're known for your fashion.
Yeah.
well, let's hope I'm known for a few other things.
Yeah, well,
but,
that's it.
mostly.
But
You gotta dress the part. You gotta dress the part.
We do have fun. Also why it's successful, this thing with Steve and I and our staff. And can I mention?
Yeah.
We have a
whatever you want.
wonderful Bill, whose wife works for me, and that's not why we're here, but she's wonderful, and we have a great staff. I mean, all my hygienists, they've all been there a long time. No one quits. They all
Our
want to
staff is
fire
our
me
family,
mostly
by far.
But our staff makes us look good every day. They have worked so hard since we came back from COVID. And they've been there. I got to give them a shout out because you would agree. The staff, the assistants, the EFTAs, the front desk, Gene, who does Pat. I mean, everybody is on board. Oh, sorry. I didn't have my phone on.
Did you take it as an emergency?
I just wanted to say before.
Wait, it's my mom. That's kind of nice. 94-year-old ringing, calling me. She calls me every
have
day.
to answer it? You can answer it.
No.
Put it on speaker.
Hi, Mom. I'm in a podcast. Let me call you back. All right. I'm in a podcast. Look it up if you don't know.
She has no idea what that is.
I know you can't hear me. Put in your hearing aids. It's a podcast. Now I just blew out the speaker. Podcast. Very good, Mom. So, Mom, say hello to everybody. Say hello. Say hi. Mom, say hi. Hi. That's my 90-year-old mother in West Palm Beach. Lovely lady.
The
And I
matriarch.
talked about you and Dad, but maybe not enough about you. But
So here's
anyway.
her shout out. Here's Mom's shout out.
Yeah, this is Mom's shout out. All right, I'll call you back. Oh, that was interesting. All right.
All right, back to regularly scheduled programming.
So anyway, sorry about that.
No, it's all
Do
good.
Is that
I
illegal?
wanted to,
Do we get in trouble for that?
Maybe.
Wow. I'm a
I don't know.
A lot of,
I wanted to mention.
I make the rules around here.
Oh, we
so I
have to
think
have a
we're good.
shout out to Mike, the mic guy.
The mic man.
And Bill. And
No, you know what I wanted to shout out? You asked us about our style.
Yeah.
Shout out to the haberdashery.
Okay.
Over at 900 Rudder Ave.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Yes.
I'm
actually
also,
wearing a haberdashery shirt.
Yeah, and I'm wearing.
too?
But I also like shoes.
Yes.
Tara Mugford owns shoes. It has a men's selection. That's good. Who else you want to promote on this? Do we?
I think that's pretty much it.
else?
Yeah, they keep us looking good.
Good.
That's what's important.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, all the local small
Right.
businesses. We're going to go out for dinner maybe one night, and we always pick a
Yes.
different small business.
Shout out to PA
That's
Wine
what it's
Spirits.
about.
Yeah. Yeah. And also.
Wait, I don't want this to end. What do
No,
you
it's not.
don't
No,
cut
no,
us
it's-
off
no, it's
now.
not. It's not over.
Don't be.
It's not over.
Hey,
No.
We're staying on 10. What time is it? 7.
This is going to turn into like a 3-hour Rogan podcast.
Yeah, right.
No, so one other thing you guys brought, it was teeth whitening, and this doesn't really have anything
Yeah.
to do with it. I'm going to fail miserably at this, but the molery. I don't even know I don't even know how to use it in a sentence. I failed already. Mike Man is laughing.
So,
But you brought the teeth whitening.
so we actually are a tooth whitening center.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Besides being a dental office, we're a tooth whitening center.
We offer all kinds of whitening.
Right. And we do free consultations on whitening.
Yes.
So that's also worth
We do
mentioning.
free consultations on almost anything.
Most anything.
Anybody who wants to have a free consultation, call us.
If you want to come in and ask us a question, we're happy to
it's
talk to you on the phone. Yeah.
Cool. What's your favorite toothpaste?
Good question. Anything with fluoride, anything that tastes good. I'm into this Marvis from Italy, but of course I'm a snob.
That's a toothpaste?
Marvis. You can
What?
get it online, but
So you get like free Colgate? or
He uses
something?
Italian toothpaste, ladies and gentlemen.
I like the Crest, the Colgates, there used to be Ultra Bright. I always liked that. I don't know if you can get it anymore, but Ultra Bright was.
Oh, yeah. I like Crest Pro Health. That's my favorite. Yeah.
All right.
It's got the nicest texture, best taste.
All right. Next question is, who's your favorite patient?
You.
Good answer.
Bill
Mike,
Corcoran.
soon to be. No.
That was a good answer.
All our
That was a
patients.
trick. That was a trick
Yeah,
question.
yeah.
Obviously.
His teeth
all
are
our-
flawless.
I have another trick question coming up too.
Yeah,
I think. Not yet.
Not yet.
How often do you floss?
I floss after meals. I do floss at least twice a day. I floss every morning before I go to work. I floss sometimes at work. And then I floss at night before bedtime.
Steve?
We're all being honest at the table here.
Oh, please tell us you floss.
I try to floss as much as I can.
Okay, that's good.
That's a politically correct answer.
I have a newborn at home. Our bedtime usually ranges between 7 and 8 p.m. So, usually it's
You're crash. We
I'm
have
a
a
little
new baby.
tired, but
Yeah.
flossing is
Yeah,
important.
maybe.
There's no doubt about it.
I don't think I have any new babies.
Yeah.
At least none that I know of.
Oh, God.
Hope your wife's not listening.
Yeah, no, she.
kidding, of
she,
course.
I'm going to make her listen to this,
Yeah.
and of course she'll be.
Yeah.
She'll make sure I didn't curse. I made sure I didn't say anything bad about anybody.
Yeah. You guys sound great. And one other question. We're not done. Don't worry. Not done yet.
We're not done. We're keep on going.
Make sure you answer this next one the right way. So, what's your favorite podcast?
On the stacks, by far.
Yeah. Good answer.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Good answer.
Oh yeah.
That was a trick question.
What is a podcast?
I have no idea. I have no
No,
clue.
I'm kidding. I
don't know.
I know I've been in
It's
dentistry
a great
36
lighthearted
years.
podcast. It's perfect to listen to on your way home, in the way to work in the morning. That's
Yeah.
when I listen to it.
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out myself.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I thought we were just going out for having a nice drink. And,
Well, we could.
then
Well,
there's
yeah,
this
we are
having
microphone
some
in
nice
front
drinks.
of us.
I mean, you
But,
brought champagne. We got some
I
beers.
didn't bring the champagne,
You whitened
Steve.
my teeth on the stacks.
Yeah. And
I can't use molery in a sentence. I don't even know the definition of it.
Well,
Your teeth are very molery.
What's that mean?
It means you're able to grind and chew very easily. They're very,
Very
molery.
good.
Yeah.
wow.
Boom.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Hey.
He must have been
Mike, do you
reading
get
it.
to say anything? No, there's no mic
He
in
could.
front of you. Mike is the mic man.
I think
here.
Mike Man needs to just say something on the mic. I think he should. He doesn't want to.
All right.
No.
Maybe next episode.
Next time.
I think he should though.
All right, but you did make a cut about Pitt. And let
You
me
like
tell you,
Uh-oh.
Pitt won a national championship. Of course, 1976, and I was there. But Tony Dorsett was there. We were recruiting Dan Marino. We were in the
the
top
good old-
10
the
for
good old
throughout
days.
the 80s. Come on.
The good old days.
Right. And I think we did beat Penn State in 2016.
That was so long
And
ago.
it
that
was
was a
my
great
daughter
day.
Gabby's first year at Northwestern University, and let me tell you, I watched it, and did I feel pretty good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Drop
You
them
got
off
us
my
there.
dad.
You got us.
Yeah.
But just
you know,
only that once.
Yeah,
in the last,
oh yeah.
well,
We haven't played that much.
long
That was the
time.
first year we played in a long
Yeah.
time, and but I had wonderful roommates at Pitt, as you know, and Penn State's a wonderful school, and no doubt. Oh, my dad used to go to Penn State games. He had season tickets, and then when I went to Pitt, he didn't talk to me for during those games. He was a little upset that
I don't blame him.
yeah.
Yeah. So Steve, you were out in Pittsburgh, and you decided to move back to the area here. So which kind of leads me to my next question. So what is your favorite thing about NEPA?
In the summer, I like going to different places for ice cream. That's kind of my big thing. Yeah, Dr. Grossman's looking at
He's
me.
like,
Wow,
Wow,
I love ice cream too.
Well, it's fine. Yeah. Yeah, I would say in the summer, I like going to different places for ice cream. In the winter, obviously, we have a lot of great restaurants around this area. I think we're very blessed. I'm a huge pizza nut. My current obsession is Pizza Perfect out in Dallas. Well, I guess that's Trucksville-ish. Yeah.
Same thing.
Love me some fried pizza. Yeah, that's my big thing. I'm lucky to be in a good area with a lot of different kinds of pizza. But then we also, we're good eaters here as well.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah. We like fine dining.
yes, we do.
Favorite thing about NEPA?
My favorite thing, I'm a cyclist. Wow, I don't say that lightly. No, I
try. You try.
I try. Every Saturday and Sunday. And let me tell you, this summer, because I'm really not going to gyms, I've been cycling more this year than I ever did. But and usually after cycling, we go out for breakfast, and we try every place in for breakfast. But I think when you asked what's my favorite thing about Northeast PA, we have beautiful recreation areas here. Sure. So we'll cycle in the back mountain. We'll cycle in, go down in Wilkes-barre. We'll be in the, Pittston. We go everywhere on our bikes, and I love it. I see things that I usually don't see when I'm traveling in a car, and I'm getting some exercise, having camaraderie with my friends. I make them come to the office and bother Steve when on a Saturday morning. We start sometimes from Kingston or from my house in Back Mountain. But I love the vistas and the panoramic views that we see when we're cycling. Love it.
Cool.
And that's what,
Yeah.
play tennis. That's I'm kind of boring.
Huh.
Except for the office. I'm always at the office. Steve,
Too many lattes in the morning.
Yeah, too many.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah,
drink too much
get a
coffee.
little
Doing
crazy.
somersaults off the walls.
Yeah, I love him. He's a great guy.
Great.
And I'm really.
We make a good team.
Sounds
we make
like
a great team. We great. We're like a married couple. We
you
have
are.
our disagreements, but
You make
we
it
laugh. We laugh, and we buckle down and get down to business. And let me tell you, I picked the right guy.
Sounds like
Great
it.
guy.
It sounds like you
Smart.
like Steve.
Yeah, I love Steve. And,
Most days.
it's a marriage.
Yeah.
And it's a business. And
It's gotta, you got to have that relationship.
he's doing things that I can't do, and hopefully, we take it on to whoever we bring in will have the same philosophy and the same work ethic.
So, are you guys accepting new patients?
Oh yeah, every day.
Every day, never
day.
stopped.
Every day.
As we've either expanded our services, expanded our personnel.
I will say this: there's been with offices being closed in the spring, we've noticed that a lot of patients have had trouble getting into other offices for regular cleanings. A lot of offices are booking right now into October, November, that kind of thing.
That's what Darren said.
Any day of the week, we pretty much can get a
We'll get
patient in
Darren
for a
in
cleaning.
tomorrow.
We take pride in the fact that we have a lot of staff members, so we're able to get patients in without any problems usually the same day. Whether
Yep.
it's for a cleaning, whether it's for pain. If you just want us to look at your teeth and tell you what we think, come on in.
Yep.
No problem.
Our
No problem.
philosophy is come in early, stay late, and work
Except
through
when
lunch.
we're recording the podcast, then you come here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you guys can go back there.
Yeah,
after.
we're gonna go
Yeah.
back tonight.
Yeah,
We're
we are. We
gonna
already
make
got
sure
got
we're-
like 4 people waiting.
We do.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah.
We're gonna work till midnight. I always tell my staff, you want to hear something funny? I always say it's like 5:36, and I always say, hey, I can go to midnight. No, I don't think they're on board with that, but Jess is maybe. Nah, I doubt it.
Yeah, she might be.
No matter what, we come in early to see a patient. We'll stay late to see a patient. It really doesn't bother
By the way,
us.
you have to show up early tomorrow. There's a patient I put in your schedule. Early. Just to piss him off.
Nice.
No, he doesn't piss him off. He's a great practitioner.
Having a newborn makes it easier to come in early. I'll say that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Run away.
Human alarm.
I'll tell you. It's true.
Yeah. So is there anything else that I missed that you guys, wrapping it up here? I'm sorry, we got to.
Wait. We're not done here, man. We're not done. We're gonna keep on going. Oh no,
Yeah.
Mike, you're staying.
Mike Man's
he's staying. Everybody else is
Mike
staying.
Man's gonna
Darren's
leave.
staying.
He's gonna charge me overtime
No
soon.
way.
Yeah.
No way. Mike.
We've hit the
No,
limit.
I think we pretty much covered
Yeah,
it.
we covered it.
Yeah.
And
So
thanks for having us. By
Absolutely.
the way.
Yeah.
You're awesome.
Of course. Yeah,
I think
thank
I
you.
have a new career for you.
Yeah.
This.
Yeah. Well, thank you both for joining me.
Thank you.
How can somebody learn more about the practice? Check you guys out on your website,
Beat
social
Penn
media.
State. No, I'm
So-
just kidding. Oh.
We're on Facebook, Dental Offices of Dr. Loren Grossman, Dr. Hippeli. I know that's a long name. If you put in the words Grossman, you'll probably find us somewhere on Facebook.
Yeah, or Hippeli.
You can always call our office, 570-283-1130. We're also online. If you just Google Dentist Kingston, Pennsylvania, we have about 1,700 Google reviews, so I'm sure you'll find us. But if you have any problems, you can always reach out to Bill. He'll give you the info.
Yeah, I've got all the deets. That was a great commercial, Steve.
Thanks.
That was fantastic.
He's smooth.
Yeah,
Smooth.
wow.
Maybe I'll do some
it could
copy
be-
eventually.
Did I bring in the right guy or what?
I think so.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, you not so much. I don't know.
I mean, whoa.
Yeah.
What was that about?
Well, you said, what'd you say about Penn State before?
Oh, I love Penn State.
All right.
I do.
I don't love Pitt. I'll never say it. I'm
no,
sorry.
but I did like Penn. I think Penn State's a wonderful university. I have a lot of friends that went to Penn State. Well, not many. Most of them went to Pitt. No, it's a great. Penn State's great.
Yeah.
Pitt's great, and you're great.
Thank you.
Mike, you're not bad yourself.
Mike, man.
Does anybody know Mike?
I think everyone knows Mike. And
Yeah,
if
do
everyone
they?
doesn't know Mike,
Is he here at every podcast? All 20?
pretty much, yeah.
25,
Mike
30
Man.
of these? And
Yeah, Mike Man is controlling the audio, the mics, and making us sound like we're, really cool.
Yeah,
Good.
you are cool.
Yeah.
I think you're cool.
Thank you. Yeah.
Your wife's a little cooler, but
Hey, whatever. I don't care.
yeah.
All good.
Wait, we're not ending yet.
Yeah, we are. This is
wait,
it. This
wait.
is the end right here.
Wait. I don't want to end. There's no reason to end.
All right, well,
Let's go to midnight.
Here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna.
Yeah, wait.
I'm gonna
Steve's
tell
on
you-
his phone. We're ending.
okay.
Must be Lindsay.
Talking to a patient.
Oh, it's a patient.
Good. See, when patients
real.
reach out, we respond.
That is another thing to mention. You can message us on Facebook.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's what's happening right now.
Sorry.
On Google,
forgot to mention that.
Facebook. It seems like we get messages from
Right.
every social media
Text Dr.
platform.
Grossman. It all
Oh
works.
wait, could we
Yeah.
message them on the stacks? They can.
They can
you
message
can
on.
link
They
us?
can message on the stacks on
right.
Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Instagram.
Good job. You're a great
Whatever.
interviewer.
Thank you.
You have a new career here.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great.
All right. Well, I think that about does it. So,
Yeah.
thank you both for joining me on the Stacks podcast. Dr. Loren Grossman, Dr. Steve Hippeli. Thank you both for
Thank you
joining me
very
today.
much.
If you'd like to learn more about the On the Stacks podcast, be sure to search the hashtag On the Stacks on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. If you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe and leave a review. We'll catch you next time on the Stacks.